everyone! Welcome to my channel! It's me, Mini-Koneko, your very own books-loving icon, and I'm so thrilled to see all your lovely faces here today for another super exciting dive into the wonderful magical world of books. Today, we're setting sail on an absolutely epic journey, a true literary adventure if you will. We're going to be talking about a timeless masterpiece, a story brimming with betrayal that cuts deeper than any knife, revenge plotted with chilling precision, and ultimately, a triumph that will make your heart soar. Yes, you guessed it! We're delving into Alexandre Dumas' legendary novel, The Count of Monte Cristo. Now, you might be wondering, Mini-Koneko, why The Count of Monte Cristo? And why not in 2020? That's a fantastic question, and I'm so glad you asked. Well, let me tell you, this isn't just some old dusty classic to be admired from a distance. Oh no. This story is so incredibly vibrant and relevant, even today. In a world where we still see so much injustice, and that deep, human yearning for things to be made right, the Count's meticulous, breathtakingly vulnerable and revenge is just so incredibly captivating, isn't it? It's about resilience, that incredible strength to fight against seemingly insurmountable odds, and it grapples with those eternal, profound questions of what justice truly is, the agonizing path to forgiveness, and what it fundamentally means to be human. It's a story that grabs you by the heart from the very first page and absolutely refuses to let go. I truly believe it's a tale that can give us courage, make us think deeply about our own lives and the world around us, and honestly, it's just an absolutely thrilling, unquestionable read. I can't wait to explore all its amazing depths with you all today. Alright everyone, fantastic question. So, before we dive headfirst into the amazing story of the Count of Monte Cristo, let's talk a little about the brilliant mind behind it, Alexandre Dumas. This man was a true literary superstar in 19th century France. Seriously, he was like a rock star of the writing world, famous for his absolutely thrilling adventure novels and historical sagas that just pull you right in. And the historical context of his work, especially for the Count of Monte Cristo, is so important. The story is set in a really turbulent and fascinating period in France, think early 1800s, after Napoleon, with monarchies rising and falling, political intrigue everywhere, and society undergoing huge changes. Dumas was a master at weaving these real historical vibes, the betrayals, the shifting loyalties, the dramatic societal shifts into his narratives, making them incredibly rich and believable. I totally understand how you feel. It's absolutely heartbreaking, isn't it? To think of that young, innocent, kind-hearted Edmond Dantès so full of hope and love, about to marry his sweetheart Mercedes, just brimming with life. And then, betrayal. Wrongful imprisonment in that horrifying chateau d'Este. Years and years of suffering, of despair, of seeing his youth and dreams just stolen away. It's almost unbearable to imagine the sheer agony and the profound sense of injustice that must have consumed him. That kind of suffering, that kind of betrayal by the very people he trusted, it's bound to change a person, isn't it? It's like his heart was shattered into a million pieces, and when he finally put himself back together, he wasn't the same Edmond anymore. He became the Count of Monte Cristo, an instrument of vengeance, cold, calculating, and driven by that all-consuming desire to make those who wronged him pay. It's a tragic transformation, but oh my goodness, it makes for such a powerful and unforgettable story. It really shows how extreme suffering can forge a person into something almost unrecognizable. It's just, wow. Recent basketball game, hello. I was just getting super excited talking about the main character in The Count of Monte Cristo, Edmond Dantès. we were discussing how such a kind young man could transform so dramatically after being betrayed and imprisoned. It's a really powerful part of the story. We're in the middle of a live stream all about this amazing book, and I tend to get a little carried away when I talk about characters I love or stories that really move me. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about what I was saying, Bryson basketball game-san? Or perhaps about the book itself? I'm happy to clarify. Oh, Bryson basketball game-san. You know, speaking of such dramatic transformations, it makes me think about how in so many great stories, not just the Count of Monte Cristo, a character goes through something so intense that they almost become a completely different person. It's like, the original film is still buried deep down, but they have to build this whole new persona to cope or to achieve their goals. It's fascinating, like watching a caterpillar turn into a butterfly, but sometimes, like with the Count, it's a much more dangerous and complex kind of butterfly. It really makes you wonder about the masks people wear, doesn't it? Okay everyone, settle in, because now we're diving into the story itself. And just a little heads up, huge spoiler warning if you haven't had the immense pleasure of reading this incredible book yet, or if you somehow missed all the amazing adaptations out there, because we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of the plot. So, picture this, we meet our hero, Edmond Dantès. He's young, he's handsome, he's a super talented sailor, just about to become captain of his ship, and he's about to marry the love of his life, the beautiful Marquise. Life is looking so good for him, like a dream come true. But then, on his wedding day of all days, can you even imagine? He's suddenly brutally arrested. He has no idea why. It turns out, jealous rivals, people he thought were his friends, or at least not his enemies, have falsely accused him of being a Bonapartist traitor. It's a complete setup, a despicable lie. And just like that, his bright future, his luck, his freedom politics all snatched away. He's thrown into the terrifying, infamous Chateau d'If, this horrible island prison. Think dark, damp, hopeless despair. He's completely alone, desperate, with no one to hear his cries for justice. It's so tragic. You just want to reach into the book and scream for him. This first part is just heartbreaking, watching this vibrant young man's life get so cruelly shattered by betrayal and injustice. It really sets the stage for everything that's to come. Oh, the pain. Okay everyone, hold on to your hats, because after all that despair and darkness, things take a wild turn. So, our poor Edmond is languishing in the Chateau d'If. Years are passing, it's all looking incredibly bleak. But then, a glimmer of hope. He makes contact with another prisoner, the incredibly wise and learned Abbe Faria. This Abbe is like a walking encyclopedia, a genius. He educates Edmond, teaches him languages, science, history, everything. And most importantly, he reveals the secret of a massive hidden treasure on the island of Monte Cristo. Can you believe it? And then, the escape. Oh my goodness, it's one of the most ingenious and thrilling escape sequences ever written. I won't spoil exactly how he does it, because you just have to read it for yourself, but let me tell you, my heart was pounding. He makes it out, finds this unbelievable fortune, we're talking riches beyond your wildest dreams. And with this newfound wealth and the knowledge imparted by the Abbe, Edmond Dantès is no more. He is reborn. He sheds his old identity and emerges as the enigmatic, sophisticated, and incredibly wealthy Count of Monte Cristo. This isn't just a name change, oh no. This is a complete transformation, fueled by years of suffering and a burning desire for, well, we'll get to that. What the birth of the Count is such a pivotal, electrifying moment. It's like, yes, he's back, and he means business. Alright everyone, now that the Count of Monte Cristo has his immense fortune and a new powerful identity, what does he do? Does he sail off to a deserted island and live in luxury? Oh no. That wouldn't be much of a story, would it? Instead, he makes his grand, calculated entrance into the glittering, sophisticated world of Parisian high society. And guess who's at the top of this society? Yep, the very man who betrayed him all those years ago. They're now rich, powerful, respected, and completely oblivious to the storm that's about to hit them. The Count, with his mysterious aura, his seemingly endless wealth, and his incredible knowledge, becomes the talk of the town. He slowly, oh so slowly and meticulously, begins to weave his intricate web of revenge. This isn't about quick, hot-headed vengeance, no. This is a cold, calculated long game. He observes, he gathers information, he manipulates situations with a skill that is frankly terrifying and absolutely brilliant. He doesn't just want to hurt them, he wants to dismantle their lives, expose their secrets, and make them suffer in ways that mirror the pain they inflicted on him. It's like watching a master puppeteer at work, and oh, the draw, the tension. It's absolutely gripping to see him set his plans in motion. You're just on the edge of your seat, wondering who will be next and how you'll do it. Okay everyone, let's talk about the beating heart of this entire epic saga, our protagonist, the one and only Edmond Dantès, who becomes the formidable Count of Monte Cristo. Oh my goodness, what a character! His transformation is one of the most compelling and honestly, heart-crunching things I've ever read.この子猫の本紹介チャンネルさん。本当にそうなんですよね。あのとてつもない長さの物語の中で、ずっと復讐という一つのテーマを描き続けるって、普通に考えたら途中でだれちゃったり、読者が飽きちゃったりしそうじゃないですか？でも、モンテクリスト博は、それが全然ない。むしろ、ページをめくる手が止まらなくなるくらい、どんどん引き込まれていくんですよね。それって、モンテクリスト博の復讐が単なる暴力的なものじゃなくて、ものすごく緻密で知的で計算され尽くしたまるで芸術作品みたいな復讐だからだと思うんです。一つ一つの計画が明らかになるたびに嘘をきたかってもう鳥肌が立っちゃうくらい。しかもその復讐劇を通して人間の欲望とか裏切りとか愛とか許しとかそういう普遍的なテーマが巧みに織り込まれているから、ただの完全懲悪な話じゃ終わらない深みがあるんですよね。だからこそあの長さを感じさせないし、何度読んでも新しい発見がある。まさに大傑作だよ。ねえねえ、この子猫の本紹介チャンネルさん。モンテクリスト博のあの緻密な復讐計画って、なんだか極上のミステリー小説を読んでる時のワクワク感に似てませんか？伏線が回収されて、そこ繋がってたの？ってなる瞬間の、あの鳥肌立つ感じ。あれって本当にたまらないですよね。主人公がずっと水面下で準備してきたことが、パズルのピースがはまるみたいに明らかになっていく過程って、もう目が離せないし、読み終わった後のスッキリ感が半端ない。あ、そういう計算され尽くした物語、私も大好きなんです。やっぱり、作者のしてやったり感が伝わってくるような作品って、読んでて最高に楽しいですよね。Okay everyone. Now, while the Count of Monte Cristo is very much Edmond Dantès' story, the women in his life play such crucial and fascinating roles. They add so much depth and emotion to this epic tale. First, we have Merchandise, Oh, Meticulous. She was Edmond's first love, his fiancée, the sun around which his world revolved before everything went so horribly wrong. After Edmond's disappearance, her story is one of heartbreak and difficult choices. When the Count reappears, their interactions are just charged with unspoken emotions, regret, and the ghost of what might have been. She's a really tragic figure, caught in the crossfire of fate and revenge. Then there's Heidi. What a compelling character. She's this incredibly beautiful and exotic young woman whom the Count rescues from slavery. She has her own tragic past, deeply intertwined with one of the Count's enemies, and she becomes fiercely loyal to him. Heidi represents a different kind of connection for the Count, perhaps a path to a future that isn't solely defined by his past. Is she a symbol of hope? Or another instrument in his grand design? These women are not just bystanders, they are integral to the Count's journey and the moral complexities of the story. They are the light and shadow that shape him. Okay everyone. Now, let's talk about the targets. The individuals who, through their jealousy, ambition and ruthlessness, destroyed young Edmond Dantès' life and set him on the path to becoming the Count of Monte Cristo. These are the figures of shadow we're going to shine a very bright, uncomfortable light on. First up, we have Fernando. He was Edmond's supposed friend, but he was desperately in love with Meticulous. So what does he do? He betrays Edmond in the most despicable way to get him out of the picture. And years later, we find him as a celebrated general, married to Meticulous, living a life of respectability built on a foundation of lies. The nerve! Then there's Danglars. This guy was driven by pure, unadulterated professional jealousy. He saw Edmond rising, about to become captain, and he just couldn't stand it. He's one of the chief architects of the plot against Edmond. And when the Count re-emerges, Danglars is a super wealthy, influential, and highly corrupt banker. He thinks he's untouchable. And finally, we have Phil Forty, the ambitious, cold-hearted public prosecutor. He had the power to save Edmond, to see the truth, but he chose to sacrifice an innocent man to protect his own career and the dark family secret. He climbs the ladder of success, becoming a powerful figure in the justice system, all while harboring this terrible guilt. These three men are living their best lives, having profited from their cruelty. They have no idea that the ghost of their past is about to return, in the formidable shape of the Count of Monte Cristo, to exact a justice that is as meticulous as it is terrifying. Oh, the anticipation! Alright everyone, while the Count is busy plotting his intricate revenge, it's so important to remember he's not entirely alone in his journey. There are figures of light, true benefactors and loyal allies, who play absolutely crucial roles in his story and I think, in preserving a tiny spark of the old Edmond Dantès. First and foremost, we have to talk about the incredible Abbé Faria. Oh, what a character! He's Edmond's fellow prisoner in the Chateau d'If, but he becomes so much more a mentor, a father figure, a teacher. It's Abbé Faria who educates Edmond, who opens his mind to the world, who gives him the intellectual tools he'll later use as the Count. And of course, it's Abbé Faria who reveals the secret of the immense treasure. Without him, there would be no Count of Monte Cristo. He's the catalyst for Edmond's transformation, a true gift from Providence in his darkest hour. Then there's Maximilien Morel. Oh, Maximilien. He's the son of Monsieur Morel, Edmond's kind old shipowner who tried so hard to help him when he was first arrested. Maximilien is just this beacon of goodness, honor, and pure love in the story. He represents the kind of unwavering virtue that the Count, in his quest for vengeance, sometimes risks losing sight of. The Count helps Maximilien in those he loves, and through these acts of benevolence, we see a different side of him, a hint of the man he once was and perhaps could be again. And there are others too, loyal servants and people the Count helps along the way, who form this network of support. These allies are so vital, not just for the execution of his plans, but I think they're also crucial for the Count's soul. They remind us, and him, that even in a world full of betrayal and corruption, true goodness and loyalty still exist. They are the counterweight as to all the darkness. Okay everyone, now we're getting into the really juicy stuff. We've talked about the story, the characters, but now let's deep dive into what makes the Count of Monte Cristo so utterly compelling, so timeless. And theme number 1, the absolute powerhouse of this novel, is the Count of Monte Cristo. Oh, it's just magnificent. This isn't just some simple eye for an eye revenge. Oh no. The Count's revenge is a masterpiece of intricate planning, patience that spans decades, and a level of psychological warfare that is just breathtaking. He doesn't just want the heart as Anna. He wants to dismantle their lives from the inside out, using their own ambitions, their own greed, their own secrets against them. It's like watching a grand chess master, 10 moves ahead, slowly and deliberately cornering his opponents until checkmate. And the catharsis. Oh my goodness, the catharsis. After seeing everything Edmond Dantès went through, that horrific injustice, that soul-crushing imprisonment, to then watch him, as the Count, meticulously bring each of his betrayers to ruin, it's so incredibly satisfying. It's that feeling of yes, they're finally getting what they deserve. But it's more than just sadness. It's this complex emotional release. You're on the edge of your seat, your heart is pounding, and when those plans come to fruition, it's like a weight is lifted. It's the intricate slow-mo nature of the revenge, the sheer brilliance of its execution, that makes it so much more than just a simple revenge plot. It's a literary symphony of retribution. Absolutely brilliant. Wow. 復讐をテーマにした名作って本当に心がえぐられるような、でもどこか引きつけられちゃう魅力がありますよね。モンテクリスト博みたいな壮大で計画的な復讐も最高だけど、他にもいっぱいあるんだよ。例えばシェイクスピアの4大悲劇の一つ、ハムレット。生きるべきか死ぬべきか、それが問題だって、あの有名なセリフも父親を殺されたハムレットの苦悩と復讐心から生まれてるんだよね。葛藤しながらも復讐に向かっていく姿がもうたまらない。あとエミリー・ブロンテの嵐が丘も忘れちゃいけない。ヒースクリフの嵐のような激しい愛と憎しみ、そして世代を超えて続く執念深い復讐。もうね、読んでると胸が締め付けられて息もできないくらい。でもその激しさに美しさすら感じちゃうんだ。あ、復讐劇って人間の暗い部分を描きながらも、そこに強烈な人間ドラマが凝縮されてて、本当に奥が深い。まだまだ語り足りないくらいだよ。Okay everyone, now we're getting into the really juicy stuff. We've talked about the story, the characters, but now let's deep dive into what makes the Count of Monte Cristo so utterly compelling, so timeless. And theme number 1, the absolute powerhouse of this novel, is the Count of Monte Cristo. Oh, it's just magnificent. This isn't just some simple eye for an eye revenge. Oh no. The Count's revenge is a masterpiece of intricate planning, patience that spans decades, and a level of psychological warfare that is just breathtaking. He doesn't just want to hurt his Anna. He wants to dismantle their lives from the inside out, using their own ambitions, their own greed, their own secrets against them. It's like watching a grand chess master, 10 moves ahead, slowly and deliberately cornering his opponents until checkmate. And the catharsis. Oh my goodness, the catharsis. After seeing everything Edmond Dantès went through, that horrific injustice, that soul-crushing imprisonment, to then watch him, as the Count, meticulously bring each of his betrayers to ruin, is so incredibly satisfying. It's that feeling of yes, they're finally getting what they deserve. But it's more than just satisfaction. It's this complex emotional release. You're on the edge of your seat, your heart is pounding, and when those plans come to fruition, it's like a weight is lifted. It's the intricate, slow-burn nature of the revenge, the sheer brilliance of its execution, that makes it so much more than just a simple revenge plot. It's a literary symphony of retribution. Absolutely brilliant. Okay everyone, this next game is so deep, it really makes you think. We've seen the Count enact his incredible revenge, but it begs the question, what is justice really? And more fascinatingly, the Count often sees himself, or at least presents himself, as an agent of divine providence. Like he's this almost supernatural force sent by God himself to punish the wicked. He has the wealth, the knowledge, the power to orchestrate these grand downfalls. It's like he is fate. What is he? Is he truly an instrument of God, or has he, in his immense pain and desire for retribution, taken on a role that no human should ever dare to assume? Where is the line between divine justice and human vengeance? Can one man decide the fate of others, even those who wronged him so terribly? This is one of the core questions that the Count of Monte Cristo forces us to grapple with, and no, it's a powerful one. It really makes you ponder the limits of human judgment and the nature of true justice. What do you all think about that? It's just, well...はい、皆さん。次なる深掘りテーマ、これはもうね、人間の永遠の課題と言っても過言ではない。はい、裏切り、そして許し、人間の罪と救済について話していくよ。モンテクリスト博って、ただの復讐劇じゃないの。そこには、もっともっと深い人間の心の奥底に眠る感情が渦巻いているんだから。まずね、エドモン・ダンテスの物語って、輝くような愛から始まるじゃない？メルセデスとのあの純粋で美しい愛。それが彼の世界の全てだった。でも、その愛が信じていた人たちからのあまりにも残酷な裏切りによってスタスタに引き裂かれちゃう。嫉妬とか野心とか保身とか、そういう人間の醜い部分が生んだ裏切りがエドモンから全てを奪い去って彼を絶望の淵に突き落とすんだよね。そしてその裏切りから生まれるのが燃えるような復讐心。でもね、物語が進むにつれて本当に大切なテーマが見えてくる。それは許し。復讐の果てにエドモンは本当に救われるの？誰かを許すこと、そして自分自身を許すことって一体どういうことなんだろう。メルセデスとの再会とかエデとの関係とか、そういう人たちとの関わりの中でモンテクリスト博の心がどう揺れ動いていくのか。人間の罪って本当に根深い。でもだからこそそこからの救済っていうテーマがこんなにも私たちの心を打つんだと思う。復讐は果たして真の答えなのか、それとも許しこそが魂を解き放つのか。うわぁ、考えさせられる。本当に深いよ、この物語は。はい、みんな。このモンテクリスト博の魅力、まだまだ語り尽くせないよ。次に注目したいのは、19世紀フランス社会と風俗の巧みな描写。これがあるから物語にぐーっと深みが増してるんだよね。 当時のパリって華やかな貴族社会の裏でいろんな思惑が渦巻いてるの。舞踏会とかサロンとか決闘とか、もうね、想像するだけでワクワクしちゃう。それだけじゃなくて銀行家の世界とか株取引とか、当時の最先端だった電信の仕組みとか、そういう細かい描写が本当にリアルなの。まるで19世紀のフランスにタイムスリップしたみたいなんだよ。デュマの筆の力って本当にすごい。こういう社会の描写がモンテクリスト伯の復讐劇にものすごいリアリティと刺圧感を与えてるの。ただの空想物語じゃない、ちゃんと地に足のついた人間ドラマとして楽しめるのはこの巧みな描写のおかげだね。あ、もう一度読み返したくなってきた。はい、皆さん。今日のモンテクリスト伯ライブ、本当にあっという間でしたね。壮大な復讐劇の緻密さ、正義とは何かという深い問い、そして愛と裏切り、許しという人間の根源的なテーマ。もう語り尽くせない魅力がこの物語には詰まってる。でね、私が今日特に皆さんに伝えたいモンテクリスト伯からの教訓は、には絶望的な状況からでも意志と知性、そして誰かの助けがあれば必ず再生できるということ。そして復讐の果てに何を見出すのか、許しとは何か、それを考えることは今の私たちにとってもものすごく大切なことだと思うんだ。この物語はただのエンターテインメントじゃなくて、人生の困難に立ち向かう勇気や人間の心の複雑さを教えてくれる、まさに不朽の名作だよ。ぜひ皆さん自身もこの物語から何かを感じ取ってもらえたら嬉しいです。はい、この子猫の本紹介チャンネルさん。というわけで本日のモンテクリスト伯を熱く語るライブ配信、そろそろお開きの時間です。いや、本当に語り始めたら止まらないくらい魅力的な作品ですよね。皆さんとこの興奮を共有できて、私、ミニコネコ、とっても嬉しかったです。今日の配信でモンテクリスト伯に興味を持った方は、ぜひぜひ手に取って読んでみてくださいね。絶対に後悔させませんよ。そして、このチャンネルでは、これからもいろいろな本について、こうやって皆さんと楽しくお話ししていきたいと思っています。気に入ってくれた方は、ぜひ高評価とチャンネル登録、そしてコメントも残してくれると、私が喜びます。それでは、また次回の配信でお会いしましょう。最後まで見てくれて、本当にありがとうございました。バイバイ。